Hey, welcome to Mike's Trains, and thanks for joining me for another video. This video here, I've got good news and bad news. So let's jump right in with the good news. As you can see here, this is the strip mall that we built. This is where it's going to be placed within the layout. You can see there's a road here. All of that is going to get moved. See, I have all this area here. This is a piece of raised foam that I stuck in there. All of this is going to come out, and this road will end up coming back here further, okay, to give a bigger area into this parking lot. And then if we come back further this way, there's our Car King used car dealer. That's where that's going to live. Nothing's been mounted yet. Nothing's been hooked up yet. As I still have to rip out all of this stuff that's in here. This blacktop here has to come out. Everything's got to be redone, pulled down to the bare plywood one, and then I can start fresh from there. These white spots you see, this is where sidewalks used to be. That's got to go. But this is the basic idea. So here's our car dealer. All right, and this will get paved, and that'll all be done like that. So let's go to the next area and take a look at what we have now, and we'll look at what I'm actually going to change. Okay, so this is the next part of town, right after the car dealer. You can see the car dealer is right there, okay? And then the road comes across the car dealer, and I made it cut straight across this road here, and then this was a main drag of the street. This is all going to change as well. So what's going to happen is this main road will stay. This side road is going away. And then someone had given me a challenge to see if I could redo an older building that I had without buying, without starting from a fresh kit. Well, this is something that was going to come regardless, but let's say challenge accepted. And I've already started on that. But what's going to happen is some of these buildings are going to be redone. I think we're going to start with, we're going to redo this section of buildings. All of this sidewalk's going to get removed because I think the placement of this street right here that goes over the tracks, I'm going to move it this way a little bit. Okay? And then I had a hotel here. And I'll dig up a picture. Hopefully I can have it up on the screen. You should be looking at it. Of what the building was that was here that I've already started rebuilding. And then these buildings here are going to come out and be redone. All right. This section of building over here is going to come out and be redone. Now you can see the lights that I had started doing in here. And these don't really follow what I'm doing now. I suppose that the simplest thing is I've learned a lot since this. Okay, so that's going to get redone. Now, going in place of this, and this is why this road, I need to kind of twist it to go straight in. All right, I'm going to pull out a couple of these trees just because they're in my way to show you what I want to show you. Let's throw those out of there, so you get a better look at what's going on. This was another failed little project. Didn't turn out quite the way I wanted. We get these cars out of here. Okay, so what's going to happen is you can see I have a mirror in here. This is going away. I've decided that I don't really want to mess with the mirrors. I have a bunch of small mirrors elsewhere on the layout, and I think this is too big of an area to do with that. I don't think it's going to work out, and I have issues with the sky where it contacts the mirror, the transition between the mirror and the backdrop above. It's all too much, so we're going to get rid of this, and what's going to replace that is I'm going to be making Higbee's Department Store from Christmas Story, and that's going to come in here like this. Okay, so that'll go down in there. And then this is the apartment building that I'm working on right now. It's only the face of it is as far as I've gotten, but this is it. Get these lights out of here. Maybe this will stand. This will come down the road like this. And this is what is going to run along the wall. Now, this isn't the exact building that's going to be here. This is something I just threw together real quick for alignment purposes for this building. This building is modified as well. This bottom floor actually looked like the bottom floor on this other building. And I took the sidewall, and I'll get into this more in later videos, but what I did was I took the sidewall that was on this side of the building, and I actually cut out these window sections. So there was 2 sets of windows all the way up the thing. So I cut out the window sections, and I cut out let's see. So I cut out, see, you have these window design right here. So I ended up cutting that out of the building and replacing it with these window sections, and then I added a brick panel below it. So that's what we end up with. And we'll get more into that later in a later video, but that's how that is. And then the door, I cut that out as well in here, and I recessed it back, and then I added a little stoop here in the front of it. So this is going to be the building that's going to butt up to this. Now this building is actually going to modify pretty heavily as well. I'm going to add on, I believe, 2 more sections of these picture windows. So this building will move down. It'll be that big. Okay, the whole building ends up being close to a foot. I'm going to add 2 more, I believe it's 2 more sections of these windows on each side. So you'll have 4 picture windows on either side, and then we'll set that up with displays, and that will end up being Higbee's department store from Christmas Story, with an apartment building right next door. So that's the idea, and what I want to do is I want to have this road right here, I want to have this road here come more at a straight angle to that, and then we'll have a road crossing over and going off into the backdrop behind the buildings back there, and we'll do a backdrop behind here of some cityscape or something. And that's how I'm going to do this. And there's a lot of different ways I could have went, and a lot of different ways I was considering when I started this, and I think for 2 reasons I'm doing it like this. The first reason is it's the easiest way to deal with this without having to play with the mirrors, which I'm kind of over. I've done that enough times where I'm good, okay? And the second thing is it just makes it much easier on me as far as dealing with the scenery and angles into all of this, and having all that work out the way I want it to. It just makes it so much easier. And then to go with that, we're going to take all of these buildings, are going to come at a straight angle like this, and then we'll have the main street go through here. So this wide street is going to end up being this way, and then this more narrow street will go this way. And then, of course, this street will be a narrow street going into it that goes off to the strip mall and the car dealer and all that stuff. And then we have our gas station. So the gas station, what I had done originally was I had this big empty space here left over after I built what I originally built here, and I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't want to buy more buildings, and so I made a park out of it. Okay, so I have little kids, a swing set, and all this kind of stuff, and I made a park out of it. It was all full of trees. It looked fairly nice, but this is all going away as well. And this is going to be replaced by our gas station here. So the gas station is going to come sit in here like this, and this will come in here like this. It's hard because I have things glued in there, but that's the idea. That's going to come in there like that. And then I'll add another, maybe some other type of apartment building here, and then you'll have the road that'll go through, and then we'll set up some fences and other things like that. But there won't be any road here, so it'll just be a straight street, straight down. So I hope you're following all of that, because that's the plan. That's how we're doing this. There's a lot going on here. I have a lot to do, and I'm looking forward to jumping into it. So now for the bad news. Unfortunately, we have an illness in the family. We just found out my father has cancer, and I have to deal with all of this stuff. And, I need to be there for him, and I need to do what I need to do. So I think what's going to happen is I'm going to have to put this stuff down I'm thinking until probably about Thanksgiving, when everything, all the dust settles from all the stuff that's going on. I will, on the other hand, try to get some stuff out, because I, you know, this is what I love to do, and I can't put it down completely. So I may throw out some videos here and there between now and then. But for the most part, guys, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to put this down for a little while. I hope you stick with me still. I got lots of great stuff coming. If you hang tight, you'll see it all. It's on the way. So until next time, happy modeling.